You have been here for 6 years. What makes you believe you deserve to be here? In terms of numbers, in terms of stats, you're a sporting director, you make decisions on sporting. So, when in terms of number, in terms of the club, what club has done over the past years? What makes you think that you deserve a chance, another chance? You can do better next season.
Look, it's whatever I say in this, it will be in headlines and later will go against me. I really will not say this. I have my certain level of confidence, certain level of knowledge, which I'm sure about, and I have absolutely no doubt in myself. Whoever speak what, whoever say what, whoever think what. I mean, that's one of my strengths that I am like untouchable in this. So I am not here to prove you that I can do. I know I can do. So don't worry on that.
I understand, but I wanted to add something to what Abhik said previously. We have missed the birthdays of Sri Kutan and Vatsal, and when it comes to admitting the mistakes, yes, you have done that, but you can't say others have done the same thing, and we have done only one time. That's kind of an excuse. You can say that. That's wrong.
No, but Regin, I'm taking responsibility. I'm not saying I'm denying any of it. So I'm not saying that. So there is a difference, right? There is a difference in justifying a thing that you're labeling as wrong and trying to paint it as right. That's not what I'm doing. I'm saying it's a mistake. Yes. What I'm trying to tell you is there are mistakes that are pardonable and that are honest and that happen on a regular basis. Some of the things which we hang on to, which are not as important. And of course, there are the bigger ones that deserve more of our focus. Nowhere am I saying that it's not a mistake. Nowhere am I denying that we should not improve. Nowhere am I saying I release accountability for myself. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I accept it, right? But what I'm trying to see, there you do understand that no club in the world or no person in the world or no individual organization will get 1 million things correct, right? As fans or as clubs, we need to focus on what's more important for us, right? Sporting is important for us. There are multiple things that are important for us. But in what I'm trying to say is we need to be a little more, because you would admit that as KBFC, we are more liable to be pulled up for these things than maybe a club with lesser fans. You do understand what I'm trying to tell you, right? So every club would make this, but we are more liable to be called out for this. And because there are hundreds of people noticing, waiting for us to make a mistake. It's true. Because, and this is a research we've done, videos where people, and I've done some of my own research, videos where people talk good about KBFC on an average do 10 to 15K views on YouTube. Videos where people criticize KBFC, management, owners, players, get 80 to 90K views on Twitter. It's a fact. So what I'm trying to say is there are people, there is a lower threshold for mistakes from our side than it would be for some other club. But that doesn't mean if there are 100 mistakes, you label each one of those mistakes as important as the next one, right? There has to be a priority list because you have human beings. It's a high pressure environment. So many times when you're looking at broadcast, sometimes, it cuts to the anchor in the studio. The anchor has no idea. It has already cut to him. He's speaking to a guest. So that's a mistake. And millions of people are watching it live. So does it mean you'll shoot the guy who has panned the camera late or early? No. So the bigger thing to focus on here is our performance, 100%. Right? Adsal's jersey, yes, it's a mistake. Yes, it should not be repeated. But, we need to give a bit of slack to people who birthday posts, I do agree and say that, yes, we need to do a better job. We will, right? So the people who have, every time we do an assessment, there are things that we note down. There were some challenges this year, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse. I'm just going to say that we've taken all this on board. We know we can do better. Please understand, I am under no illusion that we are the best and that we have done a great job. You should know that that's not the case. Okay. So everything that you have written, I'm taking it as a report card where we need to do better. Okay. And we can, if the future of Indian football is stable, we can revisit this and you can tell me, okay, we discussed this with you, how much of this you were able to, whether you guys are there in FAB or not, but I think we'll still be in touch. You can still tell me that, Avik, there are 50 things you promised that you'll take a look at some of the things you didn't do it. I'm not going to hide, guys. Okay. But I can be man enough to come in front of you and say there will be improvements for sure. And you have to understand that all of us are confident in some of the things that we do. Okay. Football is cruel. Sometimes you'll have positions like this, but there are enough examples in the world to see where these things flip overnight. Okay. So the idea is to, if at this moment everybody feels discouraged with this and stops working, the answer is not to get new people in, because you are again starting from scratch. Understand this, right? If you want to replace everything, it's not as easy. You're again starting from zero. It will again take you time for those people to learn, make mistakes, understand, and then do whatever, right? Sometimes it is about understanding what has went wrong and not repeating them. I think we are at a phase, like I said, we are at a transitional phase. And I think what you guys need to understand is sustainability was never used as an excuse for performance. Today also I'm saying we are not using sustainability as an excuse to say that we are sitting here second from last. No, it was never as an excuse to justify performance. Sustainability was used to tell you that it's a methodology the club believes in, because to financially compete and sustain itself at the top, sometimes, like a lot of other clubs like they do in the world, we are one of those that, okay, if you feel a player, you cannot match his wage requirements, if somebody else can come in and pay over the top for that player, you need to take the decision to move that player on, maybe reinvest that money to bring in an able replacement. Okay. Now, whether we brought in the able replacement is where you should criticize rightly. But we are not saying sustainability is the reason why we are here today. That's not the excuse. We are not telling you that revenues and TV money is the reason why we are here. We are not telling you that. Carlis said it, I'm repeating it. That is a different issue. It has hit the club. Maybe it has hit us more than others. But still, I'm saying it is not an excuse for us being in this place. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you guys? We are just being honest about it. Maybe a lot of people will not speak about it because a lot of them will not have a huge fan base they need to answer to. How many clubs have you seen come out and be so open and frank with its fans? Name the club to me. Name me one club. Tell me. Mention one club.
But when you do that, you have to do it so precisely.
We are doing it precisely, Regin. So that's what I'm saying. Today, we are here because we are trying to be accountable and responsible. We are not riding away. So again, what I'm trying to tell you is, don't mix up revenue, etc. as our excuse for the bad performance. The bad performance or whatever it is irrespective of whatever the revenue issues are. We are not telling you that because this happened, our performance is like this. We should definitely be in a better place than we are. Please understand. So don't make the narrative that you guys are speaking about revenue and making it the reason for the performance. We are not doing that. We are just being honest about what the situation was. We are just being honest about what sustainability means. Today, I'm not saying sustainability and revenue is the reason Kerala Blasters is second from bottom. That is not the statement. That is a different reason altogether. We definitely should be higher than where we are. Performances have not been good. We are accepting that.
So sorry.
You understand?
Sorry, CEO. So I think I heard that we released the place because of the revenue, right?
Yes.
Because we released that, but that is the direct relation with the performance, right?